Okay, Subham, so please give a brief introduction about yourself.
Also, I work 2 months in SAP end users.
Mhm.
So that's I can change my domain to SAP. Currently, I am working Softdell Technology Private Limited as a SAP consultant. The role of the organization, my role in the organization is collect to interact with the client, understand the existing business process, understand the legacy systems, understand what are the challenges faced in the legacy systems, understand the what are the infrastructure used in the existing business process, and prepare a document. And document is submitted to the client review it, and then sign up. After that, start the configuration of enterprise structures, material master, vendor master, purchase info record, source list. So I have also worked in support project. I have also work in support project
Mhm.
to resolve the issue to resolve the issue faced by the end users in the support projects. I also worked in subcontracting consignment process to resolve the issue as per the priority level in
Mm.
the support project.
Okay. Okay. So you have mentioned like you have worked on a end-to-end implementation project. In that, uh, means you are there from the end-to-end process.
End-to-end implementation project. Yes, sir. I have worked in end-to-end implementation.
Okay. So what is the work of a consultant in project preparation phase?
Project preparation phase, interact with the client, understand the existing business process, understand the legacy systems, understand what are the challenges faced by the challenges faced in the legacy system, and prepare document called AGIS document. Based on the AGIS document, the consultant prepare to be document.
Mm. Okay.
Then the document is submitted to the
Mm.
client. Client review the document, then sign up. Then
Okay.
they start the configuration of
Okay. So what is the next phase?
realization phase. This development phase, realization, configuration of material master, vendor master,
Mm.
enterprise structures,
So so
info
can you
record,
just
source list.
explain what is the process that you have done in implementation? What are the process that you are having in your company? How did you means how did you implemented the SAP?
So first of all, configure enterprise structure.
There are some phases in the implementation project, right?
Yes, sir. First phase is there are 5 phases in the implementation project.
Mm-hmm.
First phase is project preparation.
Mm.
Second, business blueprint. Third, realization phase.
So I'm asking about this project preparation phase. So what is done in the project preparation phase?
When a client decide, so when a client decide to run the existing business process in SAP, they purchase SAP software from the SAP. After that, decide who is the implementation partner. Also, the infrastructure required uh, for the also the infrastructure required, that is hardware. After that, after the implementation partner is decided, the meeting with the client and implementation partner is a kick-off meeting in which discuss all the project overviews, project costs.
Okay. So you are there in the project
But
preparation phase.
no, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So what is the next phase?
Sir, business blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Business blueprint realization. Can I explain, sir, the business blueprint phase.
Yes. What is done in business blueprint?
In business, after the document is signed up, in the project preparation over, and interact with the client, understand the existing business process.
Hmm.
existing business process in prepare a document as is document. Based on the as is document, the consultant prepare the to be document.
Okay. So,
If they
okay, not a problem.
yes,
Okay, so as you said, you have configured the organization structure. So can you just explain what is your business structure for your client? What is their business actually? What is the business flow, or what are the process they are having in their existing business? So can you explain that?
so first of all, create the plant. The consultant starts the work from plant. The FI consultant prepare the company code.
No, I am asking what is your client's business
Create
process?
the client business process.
Hmm?
Sir, my client is MRF. MRF Tire, founded in the year 1946. They manufactured they manufactured tires, tubes, conveyor belt. Before the implementation SAP, they use the Oracle software.
Hmm?
In the legacy system, they face so many challenges in the legacy system. After that, they implement the SAP ECC software. In ECC software, they implement uh, FI, SDPP module.
Okay. So what is your client's organization structure? What you have configured? Can you let me know what is your organization structure for your client?
So first of all, create company.
No, what is the organization structure that you are using for your client?
Organization, so create the plant. So create plant using OX010.
Mm-hmm.
Storage location using OX09. Then purchasing organization using create purchasing organization using OX08. After that, assign the plant to company code. Purchasing organization to company code. Purchasing After that, assign the purchasing organization to plant using OX OX18.
Okay. So as you have mentioned, like you have created the documents like PR, PO, RFQ, contract and scheduling agreement. You have done that. So for creating a document in PR, what is the basic requirement to create a document? Why do we need a document created for PR or PO or for any kind of process? Why do we need a separate document type? There are already existing document type in SAP. So why are we using the custom one?
The SAP has given the standard document. If you want to change as per the requirement of the business, that is in number ranges, line item intervals.
Okay. Okay. So you have mentioned you have configured the material master, right? So can you let me know what are the different type of material type that you have used in your client for your client?
Yes, I have used in raw material, ROH,
Mm-hmm.
semi-finished semi-finished HLB, and finished FERT.
Okay. So what is the material type control function? Do you know?
Material type, material type control process. Yes, sir. To control the internal and external procurement.
Mm-hmm.
to control all the views in the material master, to control the internal and external number ranges,
Mm-hmm.
to control the quantity update and value update. Also to
Okay.
control the price control indicator, like moving average price, yeah, standard price.
Okay. Okay. So you have also configured the vendor master, right? So what is the partner determination in vendor
Yes.
master?
Partner determinations are to maintain the vendor partner determination, basically to maintain the vendor at different costs.
Mm-hmm. Why do we need
Like
that?
suppose sir, if suppose a vendor is ordering address, delivery address is different, to maintain the vendor. That's why.
Okay. So what is a vendor account group?
Vendor account group. Yes, I can. The vendor account group is basically to control. Uh, a vendor account group is, suppose a vendor is domestic vendor. Describe the vendor as a domestic vendor or foreign vendor. Suppose vendor is a domestic vendor. So how to describe a vendor is a domestic vendor? To in vendor account group, to control the number ranges, partner
Mm-hmm.
functions, or to help to classify the customer, how help to classify the vendor is a foreign domestic vendor or foreign vendors.
So you have also mentioned that you have done unit testing also. So what is the unit testing and how did you how you have done this unit testing?
So after the configuration is done by the consultant, the after the in the development phase, the the consultant test whatever the configuration is done by the consultant, have to check there is in some error or not, properly working or not.
Okay, so let's say scenario you have configured a PO. Okay, for purchase order, you have configured all the settings and all the things needed for a PO. So how you are going to test and let's say what will be the output and how you will test that PO is means whatever you have configured it is successful or not, how you will configure it means how you will test it.
Test using the moment using ME21N,
Mm-hmm.
using the T code ME21.
Okay, no
First of all,
issues.
enter the vendor,
Mm-hmm.
then organization structures in which a purchasing organization, purchasing group, company code. After that, enter the item category, material, quantity, plant, storage location.
Okay. Okay, no issues. So you have also mentioned that you have configured the pricing and account determination process also, right?
Yes.
Hmm. So let's say in PO, I have a material and I have entered all the details. So how the price will trigger in the PO? Will it
The
trigger
supply request
automatically
is from the
or do we have to enter it manually? How it will happen?
um, automatically trigger
Hmm. How?
on the price on the basis of the schema group vendor and schema group purchasing organization.
Hmm.
The first of all create the condition table.
Okay.
Explain, sir. First of all, create the condition table. Then they create the action sequence. In
No, I'm asking
create
how
the
it
action
will
sequence.
trigger. I'm not asking you about the process. That is the pricing procedure process, right? How you configure all the things, the table, condition table, access sequence that you will do in a pricing procedure. But I'm asking how it will trigger in the PO.
The price will trigger if there is a contract.
Hmm.
Then purchase input record.
Hmm.
Then previous purchase order. Then it manually.
Okay. Okay. So what is the account determination process?
The account determination process when a movements goods issue, how the accounting key trigger is debited or credited. In which GL account is GL account is triggered.
Hmm. Okay.
I can explain the process, sir, in account determination process.
You can just explain how the account will trigger and where the account determination, actually we use the account determination for which process?
The account determination is used for uh, goods, the movements of goods.
Mm-hmm.
When vendor send the material to the company,
Hmm.
so when a vendor send the material, they have to pay the amount to the vendor. So the accounting key, on the basis of accounting key, sir, in transaction code OBYC.
So you have also mentioned that you have worked on subcontracting consignment process also, right?
Yes.
So what is the subcontracting process? Just explain it in the sense of SAP only. Don't go into the detailed process. Just let me know what is the process flow in SAP for subcontracting.
Suppose, sir, when a car manufacturing plant, so when a car manufacturing, I can
Sorry?
explain, sir. Explain the
Yeah, just
process.
explain the process flow in SAP subcontracting.
The first of all, create the subcontracting info record
Hmm.
using M11.
Hmm.
Then create the purchase equation using ME51N. In the
Hmm.
purchase equation, material item overview. In item overview, material data tab, click on the component to maintain all the child material which is sent to the vendor. Then create the purchase order using ME21N.
Hmm.
Is they in the purchase order, they also option in the material data tab, the click on the component to maintain the child material which is sent to the vendor. Then in the transfer of materials from the company to the vendor using moment type I41.
Hmm.
Then goods received, vendor send the material to the company. Use goods received using MIGO.
Hmm.
Then the payment to the vendor. Then invoice receipt. Then payment to the vendor.
Okay. So you're saying every time we need to have a, let's say, requirement for a material, we have to manually, we have to enter the components that are required, right? In the PO also, in the PR also, we need to enter the components manually, right?
Yes, sir.
So is there anything that I can only enter the finished material and automatically it will show the raw materials required for that or semi-finished material required for that?
There is no automatic process. Maintain the raw material which is sent to the vendor in the component.
Sorry.
So you says na, is there any option to maintain? सर आप ये बोल रहे हैं ना कि जो हम रॉ मटेरियल वेंडर को भेजेंगे वो हम लोग मैनुअली मेंटेन करते हैं या ऑटोमेटिक? तो ये सर मैनुअली in the material data tab, click on the component to maintain the material which is sent to the vendor.
Okay. Okay. So let's say there is a new user who don't know what is the raw material for the finished material. Okay. Or by mistakenly the user is entering a different raw material, what is required, the required material, except the required material he is maintaining. Let's say there is two material required for the finished product and he enters three raw materials for that. So in that case what will happen? And every time, let's say your user is not that much of means in storage location and plants, the people they are working, they are not familiar with this let's say process, right? They don't know SAP and they don't know what is the correct material and what is the correct material. So every time there will be some issues, right? So there should be something needs to be done automatically by the system, right? The components needs to be enter, or component needs to appear automatically, right? The user don't have to enter the let's say components manually. Likewise you have pricing
In
procedure,
contract,
right?
subcontracting process.
Sorry.
In subcontracting process, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, you say the user not maintain the properly the component in subcontracting process or another process. What is?
Mm-hmm.
I can't understand.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, so you have also worked in consignment process, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so consignment process, what is the basic requirement for a consignment process?
The basic requirement is consignment. First of all, consignment info record using M11.
Okay, so after creating a purchase info record, let's say I have a requirement for 1,000 product and I have placed a PO, right? So how you are going to receive the vendor material, let's say consignment stock in your warehouse or in your storage location, how you are going to receive it?
Receive, sir. Transfer
Sorry,
stock from vendor consignment. The transfer stock for vendor consignment stock to company stock.
that is the later part, but how you will receive the product from the vendor as a consignment stock?
The goods receipts, MIGO.
How will do it? Is there any different process for consignment stock, or how the system will know this is a consignment stock or this is our own stock?
With item category K.
Hmm, okay. Okay. So do you know what is the accounting entries when uh, there is a consignment process, like when you do the goods issue, what are the accounting entries for that?
So there is a goods issue in consignment process and direct consumption or transfer post. In direct consumption, KON or GBB.
Okay, great.
KON is credit. KON is credited or GBB is debited. And direct transfer posting, KON and BSX.
Okay, right.
BSX is inventory account, KON in the vendor yes, vendor consignment stock.
Okay. Okay, Subham. So that's it for the session. Okay, we will connect for one more session. Just join back. Okay, we will discuss on the outcome. Okay. Okay. So first thing, So whenever you are, let's say, taking an interview, so if you are, let's say your communication is good, means we can say it above the average, okay, but still you need to prepare it little bit on your communication, okay. And in the communication, I mean, whenever you are, someone is asking you a question, okay, if you don't know the answer, if you want to take a pause in the question or before answering it, okay. Whenever you are answering, don't take a pause, okay. In between your answer, don't take a pause. If you are taking a pause, then it is good. You can take a pause whenever one interviewer is asking you a question, then you can like analyze on your own whatever you are going to say. But whenever you are saying, in that point, if you are like struggling yourself to give the answer, so it will be looking like, let's say you are looking into something and answering it, okay. So don't take the breaks between the answers, okay.
Or pause.
Yeah, don't take the pause between the answers. You can take a pause between the question and the answer. Okay, you can take a pause of 2 second, 5 second, 30 second, 40 second. It's not a problem. You can take a pause. Okay, but while you are answer, don't take a pause in between that. Okay. Second thing, whenever you are answering, you have gone into the, let's say, in the detailed process, you are going to the T codes and everything. Don't do or don't mention like that. Just go for a, if anyone is asking you for a process flow, just let them know like, what I asked you, what is the process flow for, let's
Consignment.
say, consignment or anything.
Consignment.
So you just have to tell them like, in first we have to maintain a purchase info record, then we have to create a requisition, then then we have to create a PO, and with that PO we will do the goods receipt, and in the goods receipt it will be 101K will be done, okay, for consignment process. So whenever you are receiving the product from vendor with a consignment stock, then the movement type will be 101K item. Your item category is also K, and your movement type, what is there, that will be 101K. Okay, this is the two
Okay.
distinctive point. In the PO, you have to mention, in the PO and PR, we have to maintain the item category as K, and in the Migo also, we have to select the
Item catch.
movement type as 101K. Okay, that is the
Yes, yes.
distinction. Yeah. And whenever you are answering something, be precise and be to the point of to the answer. Don't answer like in a round and round, circle and circle process. Okay. So this is the overall thing. Okay. Let's come to each point one by one. Okay. So let's say start with your let's say implementation project. So implementation project, I believe you have. So I believe in the implementation project, you know all the process, what are the phases. Let's say there are 5 phases. If someone is asking you, be precise on that. Okay. So there is 5 phases. So in 5 phases, first phase is the project preparation phase. Second phase is the business blueprint phase. Third phase is the realization phase. And fourth one is your final preparation and cutover activities, and in the last one, say,
Go live
post
and support.
go live and support.
Go live
Okay.
and support.
Okay, so these are the 5 phases. So whenever you are answering, answer in this way, like what are the 5 phases, and then for each phases you have to answer, like in business blueprint what is happening, in realization phase what is happening. So if you are saying like in a, let's say, overall view, you are saying like, first we are connecting with the business and we are taking the requirement and then we are configuring it. It will be like you have combine all the process in a single point. Okay, in a single in a single explanation you have made all the things. Okay, don't do that. Just explain the each and every process individually. Okay. Okay.
But
So that,
I am starting. So I am starting my role in the organization. That's why I say the whole points.
Yeah, that I know. But when I asked you about the implementation work also, in there also you have meant you have said the same things. Okay. Okay. So that is for your implementation project. Definitely you need to work hard on the implementation part, the implementation knowledge thing you need to work hard. Okay. Just practice a little bit more. And if you need, you can make a documentation. What are the 5 phases and what are the works are there. So just maintain 5 phases, and inside the 5 phases, what are the works are there, and individually read it and individually practice it. Okay. That will be helpful in your interview. Whenever they are asking you some questions, it will be helpful. Okay. Next, I have asked you what is
Okay.
your, sorry.
Then can I can I ask something?
Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Yeah, sure.
So what I say in implementation project is good.
It is good.
Okay.
It is good, but you need to be precise on the phases or on the work. Okay. That's what I'm saying. You have the knowledge, but you are saying haphazardly. Okay. Understood?
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay,
this
sir.
is okay.
Understood.
Okay. So this is for everyone, okay, who are preparing for implementation project, implementation interview. They need to prepare all the things like what are the phases and what are the works in the individual phases. And next thing, when I asked you about the organization structure, you said we have to configure the plant, we have to configure the storage location. You have said all the things, but you are not specific to the point. Whenever someone is asking you about the organization structure, then tell what is the organization structure that you are using. There might be one plant, two purchasing organization, three storage location, or anything. Maybe anything will be there, right? But you need to be answering on that point. What is the organization structure? Don't answer, there is a two different thing. You need to understand the question and you need to answer according to that. I have asked you what is the organization structure, and you have answered how you are configuring the
Okay, sir.
organization structure. There are two
Yes, sir.
different things, right? So you need to prepare on that. Definitely it is your starting point, so that's why you are little bit I know you will be little
Nervous.
bit, yeah, nervous and less confident. That is the, for those things only you are like not able to answer properly. Okay, don't worry about it. So just practice and first understand the question, what is getting asked and what you need to answer. There might be 3 points to answer a single question. Okay, so this is the thing. So next one, what was there? Okay. So that's why I have not asked you more question on the implementation, but in the implementation project, there are a lot of questions are there. Okay. So you can go through that. Let's say, for example, someone might ask you what are the purchasing organization and what is the standard purchase organization. These things definitely they are going to ask. What type of purchasing organization you have configured, and let's say material type, you are to the point and you have answered most of the things correctly. Let's say for the control function and all the things you have mentioned correctly. So next comes to, let's say, when I asked you about the purchasing documents, that was okay. You can explain like that. Whenever there is a custom requirement from the client, then we can create a custom
Yes.
purchasing documents. That's okay, that's fine. And coming next to your pricing procedure. So when someone is asking you about the pricing procedure, whatever you have said in the starting point for the purchasing schema group and the vendor schema group, that is fine. Okay, but you need to answer how it will trigger in the PO. So if I say precisely, in the purchase order, we have a vendor and we have a purchasing organization. We have vendor schema group assigned to the vendor. We have purchase schema group assigned to the
Vendor master,
purchase group,
purchasing organization.
right? Purchasing organization. So whenever we are entering the purchase organization and vendor in the PO, that will be fetching whatever purchase, let's say whatever the pricing procedure is there, it will fetch the price from there, what is there in the condition record. Okay. So condition record, whatever price you have mentioned, that will trigger the price from there. Okay. That is the, let's say your answer should be like that. Okay. So answer to the point. Okay. Don't if anyone is means, that is, I say your basic problem is whenever someone is asking you some question, you are directly going to the configuration part. Okay. So similar with account determination process also. Account determination process, like first phase, you are right. Whenever we are doing some goods movement, let's say goods issue or goods posting, so at that time, this accounting, this GL account will trigger. Okay.
Key.
Next part comes to how this GL account will trigger. GL account will be triggering as per your material type configuration. There is a valuation group, there is a account modifier, right?
Class
And
account.
yes, so valuation class and account modifier is there.
So
And
classes account category reference.
sorry,
Evaluation class account category reference. This is no.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It don't come means don't just merge everything in one place. There is a, let's say for material type, there is a combination. For movement type, there is a combination. Okay. And there is a combination in OBYC. Okay. So valuation string, all that things comes into the place. So whenever you are doing a goods movement, so from the material type, it will have the valuation classes, right? And from the movement type, it will have the transaction key. So transaction key and account modifier, that will come under a single line. So whenever there is a movement, so it will be triggering the GL account, what is assigned for that. Let's say for that transaction event key and for that valuation class, what is mentioned the GL account, it will trigger automatically. Okay. That should be your answer. Okay. Next, subcontracting process. Subcontracting process, I believe you have not gone through the whole process. There is a concept called BOM, material BOM. We are maintaining the child part
Bill
or
of material.
the, yeah, bill of material. We are maintaining the material over there. What is required for the finished product, we are maintaining it over there. So we don't need to enter manually in the PR or PO. Let's say the situation like they will say like there are the let's say employees in the warehouse or employees in the storage location, they don't know that process, or maybe उनको पता नहीं रहता ना, वो लोग इतना एजुकेटेड नहीं रहते हैं, राइट? वो लोग इतना एजुकेटेड नहीं रहते हैं कि उनको सारा चीज राइट राइट पता होगा, या फिर जो लोग पहले से हैं जिनको एक्सपीरियंस है वो लोग एंटर कर सकते हैं, लेकिन वहां पे क्या होता है, काफी सारे लोग नए लोग आते हैं, तो नए लोगों को पता नहीं है कि कौन सा मटेरियल के लिए चाइल्ड पार्ट्स कौन सा डालना है, तो अगर वो रॉन्ग डाल देंगे तो फिर प्रोसेस गलत हो जाएगा ना, फिर प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगा, तो वो सिस्टम ऑटोमेटिकली पिक करना चाहिए, राइट? तो उसके लिए आपको मटेरियल का
Bill of
बीओएम
material.
चाहिए, बिल ऑफ मटेरियल चाहिए, राइट? तो वो वाला प्रोसेस देखो कि बिल ऑफ मटेरियल, सबसे पहले तो ये है कि आपको इन्फो रिकॉर्ड क्रिएट करना है, जो भी क्रिएट करना है उससे पहले आपको दो जो मटेरियल है, एक फिनिश्ड मटेरियल एक रॉ मटेरियल, उसके लिए आपको मटेरियल बॉम्ब
Okay.
पहले बनाना है,
Material.
राइट? तो वो प्रोसेस है,
Yes.
ठीक है? दैट इज फॉर योर सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग प्रोसेस. कंसाइनमेंट वी हैव ऑलरेडी गॉन थ्रू, right? Consignment process, first you have to, likewise you said, first we have to create a info record, then whenever there is a requirement, then we have to create a requirement, and on that requirement we'll have to do the purchase order, and in purchase order we have to maintain the item category reference as K, right?
K.
For consignment K, and whenever we are doing the goods receipt, we have to select it
One
is as
10 K.
101K, or directly it will, as per the line item K, it will be selecting the 101K moment type in the MyGo. Okay, that's it for the process. Okay, that's what we have gone through in the interview. Okay, so that's it about the interview. So have a little bit more understanding on the implementation project. Okay, and what are the organization structure, what are the different types of organization structure, and yeah, one last thing. So when I asked you about what is your customer business process, okay, customer business process
Yes,
means,
yes.
hello,
Yes, yes, sir. Hello.
yeah, so
Hello.
how are you using this mic?
Hello.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
place your
Hello.
Shubham, place your mic at a certain distance for all the time. Okay, don't just
Distance,
whenever
sir.
you are,
Yes.
yeah, don't like play with your mic. Okay,
In the
it,
mouth. Mouth.
yeah,
With mouth.
sorry,
Yes, sir, sir.
yeah,
सर बोलिए.
yes, so don't play with your माइक को एक सर्टेन डिस्टेंस पे रखो और उसको कांस्टेंट रखो. उसको अगर बार बार अगर आंसर करने के टाइम में उठाओगे फिर रखोगे, उठाओगे फिर रखोगे, वो काफी डिस्टर्बिंग होता है. ठीक है, तो वो वाला देख के ध्यान रखो. ठीक है, जो भी माइक यूज कर रहे हो, सपोज आप हेडफोन्स यूज कर रहे हो, ईयरफोन्स यूज कर रहे हो, माइक को एक सर्टेन पॉइंट पे रखो ताकि आवाज आपका कंटिन्यूअसली एक सेम पिच पे आता रहे. ठीक है,
Yes.
हाँ, तो बार बार अगर आप माइक को नीचे रखोगे फिर उसको ऊपर उठाओगे फिर उसको नीचे रखोगे तो उसका काफी ज्यादा नॉइज आता है, विच इज वेरी मच इरिटेटिंग. ओके, सो
हाई.
डोंट,
हाई
या,
बहुत हाई हो जाता है
या,
सिग्नल.
कभी भी वैसा मत करो, रियल इंटरव्यू में कभी भी वैसा मत करो. तो एक जो पूरा इंटरव्यू का एक फ्लो है ना, एक सिमिलर एक सेम लेवल पे रहना चाहिए. ठीक है, सो
Yes, sir.
ओके, सो whenever someone is asking you what
90.
is, not a problem. So whenever someone is asking you about your business, your client's business, okay, likewise what you said, like for the initial, um, in the initial time, whatever you have said, like our client is a rubber manufacturing industry, they manufacture these kind of process. So at that you have to mention also what are the types of process. Let's say they are using stand means for the procurement, for the procuring of material, what are the process they are using. Okay, they are using the stock transfer order, or they are using the consignment process, or they are using the, let's say, um, they are using the, let's say, pipeline process, or any kind of process they are using, just mention a little bit on that. Okay, you can mention they are
Yes.
procuring the material from them and they are procuring the material like this, just mention like that. Okay, so client's business, that should be like that. Okay, so that's about it. You have to work a little bit more, okay, on the subjective part also and for the implementation part also. And I have not asked you a single question on the support project. Okay, so there is a lot more things in the support project also. So first you need to prepare on these things. And if you are, if I say about the support project, so prepare on some basic tickets that you are handling on the priority level. What are the priority of tickets are there? As per that, you have to prepare some of the tickets. Okay, and what are the daily activities? Like you have mentioned, like I was resolving the tickets, so that you need to be sure what is the other, um, like let's say other activities are there for daily works, so you need to be sure on that. Okay, so
सर
that's
अदर
all.
एक्टिविटी मतलब बैच जॉब.
बहुत सारे एक्टिविटी होता है, आप सपोर्ट प्रोजेक्ट में देखो डेली रूटीन क्या रहता है, तो वो वाला देख के प्रैक्टिस करो. ठीक है, बैच जॉब मॉनिटरिंग ओनली एक
सर लेकिन बहुत सारे इंटरव्यू.
हम्म,
सर बहुत सारे इंटरव्यू पूछते हैं व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस फेस इन द रिसेंट इन द सपोर्ट प्रोजेक्ट, तो उसमें क्या
हाँ, तो
रिप्लाई.
तो उसमें आप बोल सकते हो ना क्या क्या चीज आपने कौन सा टिकट हैंडल किया है, उस टिकट में आपको क्या चैलेंजेस रहा, वो सारा चीज आपको बोलना है। सपोज कोई टिकट है आप रिजॉल्व नहीं कर
तो
पा रहे
छोटे
हो
के
इशू।
एग्जाम्पल,
एग्जाम्पल आप कोई भी ले सकते हो, जैसा कि आप
एग्जाम्पल
कोई भी बिजनेस प्रोसेस आप ले रहे हो। कोई भी बिजनेस प्रोसेस में सपोज आप कोई भी टिकट्स ले रहे हो कि आपको सपोज पीओ में कोई फील्ड नहीं आ रहा है, प्राइस ऑटोमेटिकली नहीं ले रहा है, या फिर प्राइस गलत ले रहा है, या फिर कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है जिसके ऊपर आपको सॉल्यूशन जो है नहीं मिल रहा है, तो आपको पहला चीज है कहाँ से एरर आ रहा है, कैसे एरर आ रहा है, वो आइडेंटिफाई करना है, और उस पे चैलेंजेस क्या है वो आपको बताना है। तो रिसेंट में अगर कोई आपको इंटरव्यू में पूछ रहा है कि व्हाट आर द रीसेंट चैलेंजेस और रीसेंट हर्डल्स दैट यू गेट, दे आर आस्किंग यू अबाउट द टिकट्स दैट यू हैंडल्ड। ओके, तो वो बताना है। ओके, सो
ओके।
अगर
सर एक
रहेगा
और
तो।
क्वेश्चन।
हाँ ओके।
सर वो कोई कोई इंटरव्यू पूछते हैं बिजनेस ब्लूप्रिंट डॉक्यूमेंट में क्या मतलब क्या डॉक्यूमेंट हम लोग, कंसल्टेंट क्या प्रिपेयर, डॉक्यूमेंट कैसे प्रिपेयर?
हम्म तो वो डॉक्यूमेंट कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है, जैसे कि आपने बोला कि हमको क्लाइंट के साथ बात करना रहता है, उनसे पूछना रहता है कि क्या बिजनेस प्रोसेस है, कैसा है। तो उसके हिसाब से आपको सबसे पहले जानना है कि उनका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर क्या है, तो वो डॉक्यूमेंट आपको प्रिपेयर करना है बिजनेस ब्लूप्रिंट में, कि उनका प्रोसेस क्या है और उसके अंदर आपको क्या क्या चीजें कॉन्फ़िगर करना रहेगा, वो सारा चीज आपको वहां पे लिख के लेना है। कि कौन सा प्लांट है, और उनका कौन सा परचेजिंग डिपार्टमेंट है, कौन से परचेजिंग ग्रुप है, कैसे उनका प्रोक्योरमेंट हो रहा है, कौन सा प्रोक्योरमेंट टाइप है, स्टाइल है, वो सारा चीज आपको नोट डाउन करना है। फिर नोट डाउन करने के बाद फिर उसको एसएपी के साथ आपको वहां पे मेंशन करना है कि ये प्लांट, सपोज उनका एग्जिस्टिंग, सपोज आप एमआरएफ प्लांट अगर देखोगे, तो एमआरएफ का सपोज हम अगर माने कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट एक गुड़गांव में है, दूसरा सपोज चेन्नई में है, तीसरा बैंगलोर में है, तो तीन लोकेशन के लिए उनको तीन प्लांट चाहिए होगा ना। तो आप वैसे मेंशन कर सकते हो कि तीन लोकेशन पे तीन प्लांट उनको चाहिए। तो वो तीन प्लांट के लिए तीन परचेजिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी चाहिए, तो वो तीन परचेजिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी बनाना है। फिर जो तीन प्लांट रहेगा फिर उसके लिए आपको स्टोरेज लोकेशन भी
स्टोरेज
बनाना है।
लोकेशन।
तो वैसे आपको बनाना है। फिर आपका अगर प्रोसेस रहेगा कि सपोज आप बना रहे हो, सपोज जो आप कन्वेयर बेल्ट बोले, कि कन्वेयर बेल्ट जो है वो बनता है सपोज आपका गुड़गांव के प्लांट में, और उसका जो स्टोरेज होता है वो सपोज स्टोरेज के लिए जाता है आपका चेन्नई वाले प्लांट में या फिर दूसरे वाले प्लांट में, तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, आपका स्टॉक ट्रांसफर प्रोसेस होगा। तो वो भी आपको मेंशन करना है कि स्टॉक moving from one plant to another plant, so we are configuring the STO process, right? तो फिर उसके बाद ऐसे ही आपको सारी चीजें बात करके अपने क्लाइंट से उनका बिजनेस प्रोसेस जानना है, और उसको एसएपी में कैसे मैप करना है वो आपको आइडिया लगा के देखना है। तो बेसिकली क्या होता है यहाँ पे, जो हमारे सीनियर कंसल्टेंट लोग रहते हैं, सीनियर कंसल्टेंट लोग बेसिकली यहाँ पे फ्रंट फेस्ड रहते हैं, जो क्लाइंट इंटरेक्शन करते हैं, बाकी सारी चीज करते हैं। और जो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन का काम है, नॉर्मली हम क्यों लेते हैं जूनियर कंसल्टेंट को डॉक्यूमेंटेशन के लिए, क्यों लेते हैं कि काम जो करना है ना वो मैक्सिमम जो है वो जूनियर कंसल्टेंट लेवल पे ही काम करना है। ठीक है, तो आपको सारी चीजें करना है तो आपको एक बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना चाहिए, तो उसके लिए अगर आप डॉक्यूमेंट प्रिपेयर करोगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि कौन सा क्या चीज आप कॉन्फ़िगर कर रहे हो, राइट। तो बेसिकली यहाँ पे इसीलिए हम बोलते हैं कि डॉक्यूमेंटेशन जो बिजनेस ब्लूप्रिंट में है, क्या डॉक्यूमेंट बनाना है, ये आपको बनाना है कि एज इज प्रोसेस बनाना है और टू बी प्रोसेस बनाना है, राइट।
तो बेसिकली डॉक्यूमेंट में हम लोग ये जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर है ये सब, मतलब सब उसमें पूरा प्रॉपर्ली डिटेल होना चाहिए जो
प्रॉपरली,
कॉन्फ़िगरेशन कर रहे हैं।
हाँ, डिटेल्स होना चाहिए।
और एग्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस प्रोसेस के कोई डिटेल नहीं रहेगा कि जैसे
एग्जिस्टिंग।
उसके पहले कौन, मतलब सर एग्जिस्टिंग जो क्लाइंट है वो पहले मतलब सपोज वो एक प्लांट यूज करते थे, उनका परचेजिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वन था,
हम्म
परचेजिंग डिपार्टमेंट कुछ प्रोक्योरमेंट दूसरे टाइप का था।
हम्म
एग्जिस्टिंग के लिए
तो
नहीं सर, हम लोग जो अभी कॉन्फ़िगर उसके उसके उसका डिटेल लेना है हम लोग
तो वो मैं
डॉक्यूमेंट्स में।
तो वो आपको मेंशन करना है ना, वो एज इज और टू बी का जो डॉक्यूमेंट होता है उस पे मेंशन करना है ना कि आपका बिजनेस प्रोसेस कैसा था। ठीक है, तो वो भी आपको एक्सप्लेन करना रहेगा ना अपने बिजनेस को, कि आपका बिजनेस प्रोसेस ऐसा था, हम उसको ऐसे कॉन्फ़िगर कर रहे हैं, राइट। तो वो भी आपको
एज एग्जिस्टिंग, और टू बी में सर प्रेजेंटली कैसे होगा आपका
प्रेजेंटली
इम्प्लीमेंटेशन
कैसे
ऑफ
होगा, राइट। ओके।
फिर ओवरऑल कैसे होता है इंटरव्यू?
ओवरऑल अगर मैं स्टार्टिंग की बात करूं तो जब कोई इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के बारे में पूछ रहा है और आप वहां पे आंसर नहीं दे पा रहे हो, अगर उसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन का प्रोजेक्ट होगा तो डेफिनेटली यू आर रिजेक्टेड। ओके। सो उसके ऊपर ध्यान दो। और अगर सब्जेक्टिव पॉइंट के ऊपर पूछ रहा है, नॉर्मली हम लोग क्या देखते हैं, अगर वैसे रिक्वायरमेंट अगर ह्यूज होगा ना तो वहां पे एक दो गलतियां माफ हो जाती हैं। लेकिन अगर रिक्वायरमेंट थोड़ा सा कम है तो वहां पे आपको सारा जो चीजें हैं वो देखना पड़ता है, और वहां पे आपको मिनिमम टू मिनिमम जो है 70 to 80% आपको करेक्ट होना है। एक दो आंसर अगर गलत रहते हैं कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन आप जो एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हो ना वो प्रोसेस आपको सही से एक्सप्लेन करना है। ठीक है। तो अगर आपको कोई पूछता है कि व्हाट इज योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर, एंड आप अगर उसको आंसर कर रहे हो कि आपने कैसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर बनाया है,
कौन
तो वहाँ, हाँ तो वहाँ
कॉन्फ़िगर
पे,
किया है?
तो वहाँ पे मिस्टेक हो जाता है ना। तो वो सारा चीज नहीं करना है। ठीक।
सर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर में ये करना है ना कि मतलब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैसे, कितने
हम्म।
प्लांट थे, कितनी परचेजिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन थे,
राइट,
कितनी
राइट,
परचेजिंग,
राइट, राइट,
स्टोरेज लोकेशन, ये मतलब उसको एक्सप्लेन करना है।
राइट।
कॉन्फ़िगरेशन पार्ट
तो
नहीं कर एक्सप्लेन।
कॉन्फ़िगरेशन पार्ट नहीं बताना है, कॉन्फ़िगरेशन पार्ट नहीं बताना है। तो अगर आपने क्लास देखा होगा, हमारा जो स्टार्टिंग में हमने जो बताया था ना, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर का एक क्लास होगा, स्टार्टिंग का क्लास, वहां पे हमने बताया था कि जो नॉन नॉन
स्टार्ट
एसएपी का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर कैसा दिखता है और एसएपी का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर कैसे दिखता है। तो बेसिकली आपको वो एक्सप्लेन करना है कि आप कौन सा प्लांट यूज कर रहे थे, वहां पे कौन सा परचेजिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यूज कर रहे थे, कौन सा स्टोरेज लोकेशन था, वो सारे चीज आपको एक्सप्लेन करना है। ठीक है। तो अगर उसके बाद वो पूछते हैं कि कैसे किया, तो फिर आप बता सकते हो कि कौन सा टी कोड है
कॉन्फ़िगरेशन।
आपने हाँ कौन सा टी कोड है, कैसे बताना है वो आप बता सकते हो, राइट। ओके, देन दैट्स इट।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू फॉर द सपोर्ट सर।
ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम। वर्क हार्ड एंड प्रिपेयर, यू विल बी सक्सेडिंग।